Have you ever heard of shingles? It is a virus that is characterized by painful rashes and blisters on the surface of the body. Um, it is so painful that even just the fabric of clothing touching this rash feels like fire on the surface of the body. Shingles is caused by the chickenpox virus that usually occurs during early childhood. And fortunately for some people, chickenpox and therefore shingles can be completely prevented because of vaccination with the chickenpox vaccine in early childhood. There are many diseases that are much more deadly than chickenpox and shingles that are also preventable by vaccines. And I believe that all people who have access to vaccines should choose to vaccinate and vaccinate their children. In recent years, the anti-vaccine movement has been very much more prominent in society than ever before. Parents are choosing to opt out of vaccinating their children and themselves, but mostly their children, for many reasons. And one of the big reasons is because of the influence of social media. Platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and also especially YouTube have influenced parents in many ways, but an entry in the journal Child Care, Health and Development states that 65.5% of all YouTube videos pertaining to vaccination are in favor of not vaccinating children. They tell parents not to vaccinate their children, which is not good because these preventable diseases can therefore be spread when children are not vaccinated. Parents are choosing alternate forms of medication to give to their children to keep from having to give them vaccines, such as herbs, oils, and also things like meditation and acupuncture, because they believe that it's more natural than a vaccine. Some parents choose not to vaccinate their children because they believe that it will cause autism in their children. Thus far, there has been zero evidence that supports the fact that vaccines cause any type of disorder in children. Many people are misinformed about the MMR vaccine, which is measles, mumps, and rubella. It prevents those 3 diseases. They believe that that is what causes autism, but according to an article in the Annals of Internal Medicine, there is zero link between the MMR vaccine and autism. Some people believe that there's a stigma around this because the MMR vaccine is usually given around the same time that characteristics of autism show up in children. Expecting mothers are also more prone to not choose to get vaccinations while they're pregnant because of these recent things with people with the anti-vax movement. A study by researchers in JAMA Pediatrics proved that there's no link between expecting mothers, this is with the influenza virus, there's no link between receiving the vaccine or having influenza while the mother is pregnant and the child developing autism later in life. I believe that if we want to live in a society that is completely free of preventable diseases, all children need to be vaccinated. There's no reason why babies who have no choice in the matter, they have no way to voice their opinion, there's no reason that they should not be given a vaccine, because if they could voice their opinion, they would probably choose not to develop horrible diseases like polio, because they can completely be prevented. If parents will not vaccinate their children, I believe that it should be society's duty to make sure that all children are vaccinated. And this is an opinion that is supported by J.C. Bester in the academic journal Bioethics. All children, I believe that it should be a law that all children should be required to be up to date on all of their vaccines before entering public schools or any type of daycare facility. According to the World Health Organization, if global vaccination improves, we could prevent 1.5 million deaths globally in people who choose not to get vaccines. One of the most contagious types of diseases that could be prevented is measles. This graphic shows there's a steady decline in the MMR vaccination. This is for the state of California, and it ultimately shows that there's an outbreak. It happened in Disneyland in California. There was an outbreak, and it goes along with the steady decline of vaccinations in children. Measles is spreading throughout the world. This shows the places where measles has infected many people. The United States, Canada, Mexico, we don't have many infections, but places such as Africa, there's a large concentration of people who have developed measles, and this can be prevented by vaccinations. With the decline of vaccination rates in recent years, we should be obligated now more than ever to require all parents who have vaccines available to vaccinate their children. Without vaccines, we could go back to a time where nowadays a preventable disease could wipe out entire populations of people. When we provide proper educational materials to parents so that they can see just how important vaccinations are, I believe that we can get completely to a world where preventable diseases are not common at all. Thank you.